Good morning, my name is Claudia Neira. I'm going to talk about the Blue Bank case, but first I want to ask you a question. What will you do if you live in a faraway city and a new bank came, promise you a 48 hours to the process to open an account, but you found that they spent like 60 or 70 hours, or maybe even they didn't respond. So this was the problem. So in the perspective of the customer, of the client. But first, I want to talk about what is the Blue Bank. Blue Bank was founded in 2023 by Jim Chenault. He creates branches in rural areas in Mississippi. But why Mississippi? Because Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the United States, and they have a decrease in the small business, so business are not working, and people doesn't have a bank account. So he found a big opportunity there. What do they want? They want two principal things. First, they want a financial inclusion defined by the number of account of the people, and they want to facilitate to the small business to money because they want or they need working capital. So he thought that he must open the too many accounts that he couldn't. They have a biggest challenge, and so they promised the 48 hours to open the account. So they accepted the challenge. But they started, and when they developed the process, they found that too many customers were disgusted with the process. So they contract us as a consulting firm, and we made a big analysis that I'm going to explain later. But basically, we found low efficiency and many delays during the process. The customer has to wait more than 28 hours, that was the promise, or maybe, like I told you, never answer. So what this causes? This causes low customer satisfaction, bad perception of the customers, of the society about the bank. The clients feel that the bank doesn't complement commitment with the promises. For the other side, the employees were not too motivated. These results in bad work environment and less compromise. So that two things combined affected the company vision, company mission, and obviously the profitability of the bank. So they have a lot of problems. And as you see, the solution is very easy. Next, I'm going to explain why we do. We made analysis of the process in 3 areas. First, we made process mapping. We used 4 techniques: the diagram, the regular process flow, the swim lane diagram, CPOC, and value stream. So we developed the process in these 4 tools, and we found that too many people participate in the process, too many steps, that develop too many errors, reworks, too many bad things. But we are positive. But we found many opportunities for improvement and things that are very simple that they can make to obtain the better results. So we found 4 process of improvements. The first was the initial collecting, develop, and sending an approval of the documents physical of the customers. Then we found a very bad problem in transportation because they have some actors have to wait until the night to send the document, so it was not good. And we found the third process was the field of the information in the data in the application of the bank, and the final approval that was made by the general manager of the regional of the biggest bank and a occupy bank, so that this person must have another things to do, so it doesn't have the importance of the process. The root analysis to identify the root analysis, we made the cause and effect diagram, and we found too many deficiencies in the defining of the process, the training of the employees, and inefficient use of technology and the times. They doesn't measure the times. Besides these two analyses, we made some interviews with the customers because we need to understand what do they feel about the process and what maybe they will give us the solution. We don't know, but we found too many important things. Which are the main findings of our process, of our job? We found multiple steps and performance, like I told you. We find also manual task, times of transportation, reprocesses that we can reduce using like a checklist to understand and to pass and to explain to the customer at to previous steps what do they must do to make a soft process. We found failures in process definition, documentation errors, system limitation, inadequate training. So there were things that maybe they didn't make the develop of the process in the efficient way. The recommendations of after that analysis that you can find in the document, we urgently made a redesign and standardize of the process. We have to make some automatizations. We have to train the employees first in the new process. Second, in the handle of the technology to make the things better, and in the systems to improvements, maybe some techniques to help them to understand where they can find another improvement that we can't see. We have to define internal communication systems. We can use, I don't know, WhatsApp, Teams, email to communicate and to develop, to send the information between succursals and regional officers. And we must develop KPIs to measure the current state of the process and the productivity of each step, and compare with the industry, or if we don't have like a similar KPI to compare with, we can develop during the month, and we can develop our own KPIs, and they have to use the technology that I told you. So we made a new process that you can see in the presentation. I won't explain you now because it maybe will be long, but you can see in the Word document. And maybe you will think that what, and I don't understand what does she's making that information for me. But there are two strategic importance in this process. First, optimization, the process is essential because this process is the principal and the first point of contact of the customer with the brand, with the bank. And if we don't optimize the process, this contact will be bad. And obviously, improving the efficiency of the customer is the first thing that we have to do in this company. Next steps. First, we have to create cross-functional teams between succursal and regionals to make a team to implement the recommendation that I send you in the Word document, and to try to understand these simple but good tools that will help you with not only with this process, but also with all different process that maybe they they will find more opportunities, and maybe when we fix this, some problem will appear in other process. So they need to know, to understand how to make the improvements, and maybe check another process of the company to make improvements. To conclusion about the case is every company has to review the process and basically the core process of the business. Yes, the companies must look always for improvements. When they found a problem, that in that place must be an improvement opportunity. So don't see the problems like problems, but like source of improvements. You have to define indicators to measure, compare, and improve. You have to use the technology to improve the efficiency, the easiest technology, or maybe complicated, I don't know. We have too many free tools on internet to improve. People are the most essential element in the company. If people are bad, every in the company is bad. So if, like in this case, they feel frustrated because they receive too many complaints about with the customers about the process, they don't feel good, so they don't make their work good, so the company won't be good. Uh, if you make a promise, you have to fulfill the promise, to comply the promise. Uh, that is all of my presentation. I hope that um, for please forgive my English because it's too difficult. Even in front of a computer, it's difficult. But I hope that you understand the core of my assignment. Thank you.